All right, this is video 2. Got my mess everywhere. Right, so it's all back together, which is good. Starting at the back, I've got the light in. I've seated that this morning with the correct sort of gasket or window glass sealant. So that's all sitting in there now, drying. Also re-soldered this guy, so that now works, which is good. And put that back on. There was only so both of them were dodgy connections. I only did one of them just because there was such a small amount of wire left for me to strip and then resolder the way that they'd done it. So one of them seemed to be okay, the other one wasn't. Fixed the one that wasn't, and the other one I've just left as it is. If it stops working, we know how to fix it. What else? So the interior is entirely back in. I might go around the other side. Where are we? The interior's in. I've put finally got that guy in there. The fire extinguisher. I've had that for ages, just haven't ever actually put it in. So yeah, I mean, the whole thing's come up pretty good. Nothing too dramatic up the back. I didn't do the headlining. That's the one thing that I didn't do. I could, but I actually think that if I start playing with it, then it's gonna start coming away. I don't know. I might do it later, but that was never really part of the plan. So it's all come together pretty good. There's still imperfections for days, but that's just the nature of it. Oh, look at that. I never knew that was there. Well, now I'm tempted to get another one of these. No, I'm not going to do that. I can't see that, so that's fine. What else? It's pretty standard, like it doesn't actually feel a whole lot different. But I mean, the fact that it's clean is sort of what it was obviously going for. I mean, I've gone into the detail of cleaning the bloody pedals, and it's a whole lot better. It is a whole lot better. Really, the main thing is that these seats are clean. That's the most important part. This is still not perfect, but I mean, I'm happy with that, and I can do the seats again at any stage. So it's all come up pretty good. I'm gonna have to give that another wipe. So I think I'm just going to move on to other things now. The only real problem is the steering wheel. Everything else has come up all right. I haven't actually found anything that I've been like, oh, look, I need to replace that or I need to change that. Even those back seats, I'm okay with them the way that they are. Because, I mean, if you look at them, well, I mean, you literally cannot see them. So, that doesn't bother me at all. No, I can't see myself changing anything in the interior, which is good. Except for cleaning, doing a bit more on the doors, this sort of stuff. I'll get in there at some stage. But no, otherwise the interior is pretty good. The only thing now, to be honest, well, I suppose aside from potentially doing that, this top door card, is this bloody wheel. So, see that there? Oh, let's see if I'm going to get that to focus. Yeah, bang. See that? Very disappointing. That was not like that before I cleaned the wheel. So I went and I put the cleaning solution on there and the leather cleaner, and I was rubbing it up the top, and that's usually where I hold it, particularly after basketball. So I'm like, oh crap, well, obviously it's dirty and it doesn't feel right, rah, rah, rah. And so I'm wiping and I'm wiping and I'm wiping, and then I'm getting more of this black shit off. And I'm like, fuck, it was really dirty, which was surprising. And I should have known because it's been that long since I cleaned it last. And then I looked at it and I've gone, okay, so I've been rubbing that stuff off. So, I mean, the wheel's never been perfect, but getting a replacement one of these is actually more expensive than you would think, particularly if you want one that's in decent nick. Everything about it is good, generally, with the exception of this now, and that's usually where I hold the wheel, so I'm not super stoked about that. So that is something that I will change, for sure. I'm not gonna live with that. It'll be, I don't know, there's places that'll re-skin it, so you can just get like a leather and they'll chuck another bit on. That would be awesome. I've got, I'll have a look and see what can happen there. I like this wheel, so I want to keep it, and just get it redone if possible. So I think we'll just sort of play that one by ear. And then otherwise, that's pretty much it. Then we can start moving on to all the bigger and better things. Stuff. Oh yeah, so these are all clean. There's just certain, you can see it's sort of got this yellow tinge compared to the top. It just is what it is. Oh yeah, the door. So my solution for this was to use araldite and get some 2 bits of wood, stick them together, and then glue it in the to the bottom, and then drill it down. Sort of worked right up until you pulled on it and all that sort of jazz, and then it came right off. There's a metal bracket behind here that this piece seats down into, and you can see here that's obviously not sitting properly. $130 or $140, I think, for this piece. So it's not the end of the world. But also, funnily enough, I'm actually, like, that's better than it was. And I've lived with that the whole time. So, I don't know. I'm not totally feeling like I need to replace it. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe when I'm feeling like I've got a whole lot of excess money, I might just buy one just for the hell of it. But no, it's not. I've never really noticed it before. So yeah, I think I can live with that. The funniest thing though was this guy. So you can see here, I might get some black texture and fix that up there. You can see in here why this was cut away in the first place. It's a hell of a lot better now because I've done it, and I've done it cleanly. But the central locking mechanism protrudes through here, so they had to cut it like that. So I went and I replaced the thing, and then I looked at it and I gone, shit, I'm gonna have to cut it back anyway. So that was an entirely pointless task. But it does look a hell of a lot better now. It looks cleaner, significantly cleaner, because the other part that used to irritate me. You know, if you look at it like that, to the untrained eye, that's just a relatively decent condition door panel, except for this bump here, which was that's what sort of started the whole thing. That's why I bought a new one in the first place. But yeah, I mean, it's all come along well. I'm pretty happy. Going to move on to other things now. Right, so yeah. Oh, and this doesn't annoy you, as it turns out. I've sort of been toying around with that beneath my legs, see if that was frustrating or not. It's all right, so I'm going to leave it there. Right, I'm going to go see if anyone's replied to my request for a quote for one of these. Yeah, that one might have to wait for a little while too, to be honest. Maybe that'll be one of the last things I do. I don't think I'll get away with anything less than $700, but I want to keep stock. I would prefer to keep stock. So, right, I'm going to go clean all this off because I've stuffed that up. Cool.